All right, this is now the third shocking expose or the news that I want to share with you. This one came from a gentleman who actually works in the, you would say, retail business. Obviously, there are many shocking names, so that is why I've put a lot of censors here. And when I'll be sharing with you the names, you can be rest assured that I won't give you the full names. I'll just give you the first initial alphabets. You fill in the blanks because this one is a major shocker. Okay, so what is the news? Now, it seems this electronics company, in order to expand in the market, in order to survive, to influence the key decision makers. Let's say, for example, there is a major hyper chain of supermarkets and they want to showcase their products and get it sold over there. In order to make that happen, you need to approach, say, the purchase manager of the entire group, and he has to give the stamp of approval. Now, in the UAE, for example, I'm just giving an example. Lulu is one of the biggest chains. Now, urban legend goes that Acer in the UAE, this I know from my friend who was actually working at Acer as the regional head of a particular, I will not state what, but he was working in the regional position. Very close friend of mine. So Acer, you would say like 15 years ago or 10 years ago, was a dominant brand in especially UAE and the Middle East. So now what happened is they were doing pretty well. They were expanding pretty well. The new management, obviously when there is a management change, they bring in new people. So they brought in this Arab guy at the top level. And this Arab guy decided, okay, I will change everything because I want to prove that I'm dynamic. So what he did is, one by one, he started to terminate all the Indians. And if you know, the majority of the people in UAE or the Middle East are Indians, majority, because India's population is so high. So he removed all the hardworking Indians, Pakistanis and Filipinos, majority being Indians, and he started replacing heads of different divisions with Arabs from his hometown. Happened the same with Petrofac, happens with all these companies. You bring in one Arab head, say for example Egyptian, he'll bring all Egyptians. You bring one Syrian, he'll bring all Syrian. You bring one Misri, he brings all Misri. You bring one Palestinian, he brings all Palestinians. This is a sickness that they have. This is the trend that they have. This is the behavior pattern that they have. However, one thing keep in mind, yes, people like to make fun of Indians and say the stingiest people, the people who smell funny, who talk like booga booga booga, and who are super stingy. But the hardest working people, the hardest, who work like fucking donkeys, who really, really push the envelope. I know it because I'm an Indian passport holder. My relatives are Indian. My friends are Indian. The hardest working people in the world are Indians. Okay? And they have this sense of family. They have these values whereby they save money. They are stingy. The reason being is they don't spend money on unnecessary things. They save money and send it back home. And that is what has been happening. And most of Indians, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, they do that. They just send money back home. Yes, there are certain drawbacks, like they are not well versed with grooming, and they, like the Filipinos, are exceptionally gifted and talented in that area, just grooming. Indians may not be that particular area of expertise. They may not have. However, they have expertise where hard work is concerned, where discipline is concerned, where studying, educating themselves. That's why, in South India, the ones who really push themselves to the limit, the ones who smell the funniest, talk the funniest, like they have this accent. I know it because my father is from Kerala. However, the ones who really study, who can really bury their heads in books, study for 20 hours a day, non-stop, that kind of stamina, that kind of discipline, only Indians, especially South Indians, especially Keralites have. Okay, it's not the North Indians don't have, or East Indian, but nobody does it the way South Indians do. And that is why most of them are engineers, doctors, and that is why if any South Indian, he doesn't get 99.999 or he doesn't get into the educational institute of his choice, they kill themselves. That much pressure is there. So, coming back to the story, in this company, Acer, so they start grooming all these Indians. Now, understand the connection. An Indian, just as a Palestinian can connect with a Palestinian, just as Syrian gets along with Syrian, British gets along with British, you tend to have like birds of the feather flock together. You have the South Indians who got along well with the South Indians. In Acer, majority were South Indians, especially in the sales department. And Lulu, guess which nationality they are filled with? Guess which part of India they come from? Well, if you don't know, Lulu is from India, the owner, Yusuf Ali. And if you want to specifically, he's from South India, Kerala. So Acer, the salespeople, they had good relationship with the people of Lulu, especially the purchase. Okay, the purchase department, and they had made good deals with them. Acer had given those days then the maximum mileage, benefit, whatever. They brought down their prices rock bottom so that Lulu could make money. However, Lulu, given the number of branches it had in UAE and the number of branches it was creating, Acer was featured everywhere. So it's better to sell your product and not make much money rather than not make money at all and not sell your product at all. So Acer was being sold in all Lulu's, outlets. However, after this new guy came, I do not know whether he's from Syria, Palestinian. I wish I remembered. I don't remember, so I don't want to make up a story. So I don't know which part of the Middle East he came from. He bought all his guys. That's number one, the first mistake he did. Second mistake he did was he didn't keep the relationship, or he didn't keep the salespeople who had the relationship with those decision makers of all these outlets. The third ultra biggest mistake he made, he said Acer is a big brand, it's a global brand, Lulu is just a local brand, we are not going to give them the discount, fuck them. Well, he must have not said fuck them, but the attitude he gave them was like, fuck off. I'm not going to give you the discount, I'm not going to give you the benefit, I'm not going to bend over for you, I'm an international brand, you bend before me if you want my brand. So Lulu said, really? Okay. They removed all of Acer's laptops, all of them. They didn't sell a single one. Fast forward, today, Acer is non-existent in the UAE market or in the Middle East market. Acer is just nothing. I know it because my friend was a regional manager of that particular department. He eventually lost his job. They terminated all the staff because they lost all their revenues, and that asshole, eventually he was kicked out or he left or whatever. So the point I'm trying to tell you is, in order to survive in UAE or the Middle East, you need these supermarkets, you need these distributors, you need them, or you can't survive. And the king of the mountain is Lulu. The king of the mountain is Carrefour. The king of the mountain is all these electronic giants like Sharaf DG, Emax, Jumbo Electronics. So all these are the big brands. So now, this is where I come back to the expose. I'm not going to tell you who, I'm not going to tell you. I think I'll just give you clues. This guy who's working for the retail giant was invited to a private party, corporate private party, where all these big shots were there. So he came with his owner. Okay, retail, all these big guys are there. And in this party that they had, he has sent me a few, you could say, videos, which I obviously can't show, hidden camera. And the waitresses are naked. This is a video in Dubai of a retail corporate party where the waitresses are naked, absolutely naked, serving food. They're only wearing hats and shoes. They look good. Some of them look good. And you should see the way these big guys are acting and touching, and these girls are giggling. And obviously, all the other entertainment bits go. You can pick up any girl you like. Any entertainment, your dance floor is there, other girls are there, you can dance. Or you can go to any quiet corner, you can do whatever. Not many people, this is not like 1,000 people. This is a small party, but with key people. So this guy is no longer working there, and that is why I don't know how the fuck did he manage to take the video. He must have, have a pinhole camera or some shit. So he gave me the names of these guys who are in this video. I can't give you the names of their company, but the decision makers of these big brands in UAE were there, and they were enjoying topless dance, they were enjoying lap dances, they were enjoying taking 2-3 girls and doing whatever they want. So what he told me in that is, Loy, sex sells. And if you keep the partners happy, and give them what they want, they will give you opportunities. So it seems that his boss, always kept single women in sales, and they were from places like Turkey or even India, Pakistan. They would bring these really big busty girls who are supposed to be part of the sales team or relationship team or whatever they call it. And anytime there was any, meeting to be done, they would send this girl for the meeting. So how I know that he's telling the truth is not only because of the video that he shared, but also because when I was working in the switchgear company, this is what the CEO, they were discussing when they were sitting around the table as to how girls would be provided if they need by the main principal. I can't give you names. And holidays would be paid as business trips or conferences or seminars. They would take them for overseas trips. With these girls, they would come in bus full or a plane full, and they would be taken care of. So not only money, not only pleasure, not only girls, everything what they need. So he has given me the name of the company of one of them. I will just give you the first few alphabets. I can't give you the rest, okay? For obvious reasons, obviously. I don't want to be sued. So one is, one of the company's name starts with or has Ka, another one E, third one Shah, then another company. But this one is a new one. I didn't know this one existed. Its name is Mon. You fill up the rest, okay? So these guys, they are providing all this. This is the company that he worked for. And it seems one of the exhibitions, it's not GITEX. This is one of the biggest exhibitions where all the retailers come. I was part of the exhibition, and if you check my Facebook profile, you know what I'm saying is true, because I was part of the exhibition. The who's who in the retail industry was there, the who's who, okay? Decision makers, major retailers were there, okay? Now, for you to come to this event, you have to first be invited. That's number one. And second one is, I think it's around $1,000 a day, or it's very expensive. The event name starts with the words dis. So you fill up the rest. Dis, whatever. I'm not going to tell you the rest. So this event, which name starts with dis, they bring in all these retailers, and obviously during the daytime there are meetings, and back to back there are a lot of meetings. Everyone's meeting each other. However, see, because I was there, I'll tell you how the structure is. 8 o'clock is the coffee, early morning coffee and all that. 9 o'clock it starts all the way to 12. 1 o'clock is the first, is the lunch break. Then from 2, obviously, from 9 to 12, they're just meeting each other in different meeting rooms. There are plenty of fucking meeting rooms. I mean, it's never ending. So many products, so many giveaways, so many things happening. Like people are giving gifts and this and that and all that is happening. 1 o'clock, till 12, they do the meeting. Then they have the lunch break, 12 to 1. After 1 o'clock, 1 to 4 again is meetings. 4 to 5 is again a break. 7 to I think 9 is the third one. Then they go get fresh. 10 o'clock is the dinner. I might have messed up with the time of the evening because say after 5 they might go for it might be tea time or whatever, say 1 to 5, okay, or 4:30, whatever. Then they have the tea, high tea or whatever. Then 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 is where they have the final phase because people are exhausted by then. Then they go to get fresh. When they come back at around 10 o'clock is where it's nothing but dinner and networking. It's hardcore networking, the whole fucking event. But that is where they choose who they want to sit with. After they finish their dinner, then it's up to you whether you want to remain or you want to go to your room. I was dead tired. It's a 3-day event. I was dead tired. And I went to my room to sleep. Next day, I found out from other people that these guys were awake all the way to 4 in the fucking morning. I was wondering, what the fuck do you do till 4 in the morning? And then I found out somewhere, pissed drunk somewhere. All these stories, pissed drunk, they provided them with this girl and that girl. And I'm like, okay. And this, this gift, that gift. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. This goes on for 3 days. After the event is over, everyone knows who they are supposed to do business with, and that is where the relationship starts. So, as for what he told me is this event, this whatever, they offer call girls, alcohol, hotels, and special bonuses for buyers who sign deals with them. As for suppliers, you have to send an entry fee, which obviously covers the expense of the event. It is very, very expensive. However, each and everyone in that event signs deals and they make shitloads of money. Normally they take all these expensive brands, but here cheap brands come and they get special treatment from all these big retail giants. Okay, and you don't have to believe a word I'm saying. Just go to any of these outlets, check which are the brands which are being sold there. Ask yourself, is this actually a global brand? And if it is a global brand, ask yourself, is this original? Is this fake? Don't have to believe a word I'm saying. Just go ahead. And talking about branded items which are fake, I'll come to that with evidence and proof. Okay. So if you go to any of these big houses, these big brands, go to any of them. I'm not going to take names. Just check how many are known brands and how many are brands that you never heard of. Brands that are like, is this even a global brand? From where did this come from? Where did this extra free, buy this for free come from? And that is where you'll understand what I'm saying has an element of truth in it. The reason why malls are dead or why brands are dying is because people have lost faith in getting original stuff. Now, this guy, the company he worked for, from whose name I told you was Mon. Okay, they made sure that the retail giants were absolutely entertained and kept happy, and they were given a lot of perks and benefits. And this till now continued, and now they even offer private luxury suites, yacht-based parties, themed parties, and extraordinary gifts, which end up in their personal bank account. See, I understand this happens all over the world, but I'm sharing with you what happens, especially in Dubai or in the Middle East. In fact, here's something for you to be shocked. This will absolutely shock you. Okay? Like I say, maybe you don't believe what I say. I can't share with you the profile of this person, but I want you to Google search, just Google search @ okay? Mind you, before you do that, remember, this is adult stuff. Please don't do it in front of anyone. Make sure that you are somewhere alone because it's shocking and graphic. So I hope you are 18 plus. So I'm not taking responsibility if you are underage, and I'm not taking responsibility if you are not supposed to see this. Okay? So if you are underage or you're conservative, stop the video now. I'm telling you, stop the video now. Don't listen. However, if you are an adult and you are taking the risk, then continue watching. So I'm giving you the last chance. So I'm assuming that now if you watch, this is going to be your personal responsibility. Okay? You can't hold me responsible. I want you to Google search @ first at mistress, MISTRESS, Luna, LUNA. It seems that this is a Dubai-based mistress woman who provides BDSM. Okay? This was sent to me by somebody who has actually provided this person as services. So this is a Twitter account, twitter.com, Mistress Luna. Okay? The second one is twitter.com @Empress, EMPRESS _SAKURA, Sakura. Okay? So it seems that these two were provided to the clients, the customers, and if you check the profile, you will be absolutely shocked. Please mind you, it's strictly adults. It's strictly adult stuff. So do not quote me. I should not be held responsible. I'm telling you what someone else has shared with me. In fact, what he did tell me, this guy, is through VPN, they go through Dubai escorts, or they go through, Dubai girls or whatever, and they provide them. You just have to have VPN. You can get any girl, and they provide a lot of services. So this has been happening in the retail space, which is happening even right now as we speak, and I realized what he said was true because he shared the video with me, which I don't want to share because of whatever reason.